and it's really blowing a hoolie through the valley. I was just walking by the lakeside there, or loch, or lochen, and I would love to be next to there on a really cold morning. Lots of ice and snow about, things like that. But as it was today, it wasn't really taking my fancy. And at the end of the day, what I'm here for is the forest. That's the reason why I came here. It's the trees that I want to photograph, but the type of conditions and atmosphere that I want for that just aren't really happening. So the next best thing for me is to try and photograph some of these mountains, but I still want to include these Scots pines where I can. So what I've done is come up from the lakeside, and I'm just heading uphill over kind of bog and grass and heather and through the woods, and just really trying to find openings. There's no real footpaths. And then just something that's going to open up the view behind me there, but give me a nice, structured and interesting foreground. And there's snow coming in again now. Those mountains behind me are starting to disappear. So if we get some heavy snow, then that'd be fantastic, because that will give me an opportunity to do some stuff within the trees as well. But yeah, I want to get to higher ground and basically find a scene which uses some trees in the foreground perhaps, but then looks down on them. So we've got some treetops that might catch some light, because we do keep getting glimpses of that. And I'd love to see some of that weather front coming in and grab some of that drama. So we'll keep wandering, and then hopefully we'll find something soon. I'm just having a quick shelter behind this granny pine here. It's just absolutely typical that when we get beautiful snow like this, that I'm in the wrong place. I knew I should have gone back to where I was yesterday, because I kind of know the area now, and I think I could have got some good shots using this sideways snow, but because I don't know exactly where I am, I've got a good idea, but I don't know the way out yet. It's just a case of clambering over this heather and through the woods. I'm just going to take shelter for a bit, because I don't want to kind of go out and get out into the open and get a little bit disorientated. So I'm just going to shelter here, wait for this to pass, which is getting even heavier, and then get over, start to head over to where I was yesterday, and then hopefully we'll get another flurry of snow, and then we can work with that. Meg, what you doing? She's just licked my lens. That flurry of snow's passed, but hopefully another one will come through when I get to a better spot. But do you remember in the last episode I was talking about the fence that surrounds the nature reserve to keep the red deer out? Well, it now appears to be keeping me out. Oh dear. And that snow's made the mountains look absolutely fantastic, so I'm going to have to get down this side of the fence as quickly as I can and see if I can find a way through. What a shame. I'll have to admit I was getting a little bit flustered there, because I was trying to work my way down the fence line. I did find a ladder which went over the top of it, but I couldn't get over it because I've got Meg with me and I was going to risk her getting injured. So I had to go all the way down to the bottom. Got held up by some construction traffic, so I was getting a bit of a shifty on down the bottom path, and then I thought, sod it, I just turned off the path, had a bit of a scramble up through the heather and the bog, and very fortunately I've come across a great cluster of Scots pine trees, which I'll just try and show you here. I've actually got my brolly up because there's been a bit of shale passing through. But there they are, they're, oh blimey. You could see the mountain in the background a second ago, but it looks like there's another snow flurry on its way, which is a good thing, but that wind's picking up as well, so I'm going to have to be careful with this brolly. I know Meg's over there somewhere. There she is. She's keeping guard. Going to pre-warn me of the weather fronts coming through, I think. So yeah, that's a cluster of Scots pine trees that I'm interested in. It's got some gorgeous little shapes, some nice separation, little bit of character and variety, but I do want to get that peak in the background. So I'm going to hang around here. My arm's aching trying to hold this brolly. And then see how the weather varies over the next 10 minutes, and then hopefully get a shot here. So we'll see how we get on. It's quite a nice flurry of snow passing through right now. I'll show you here. And it's going to disappear again soon. You can see all the light sky coming. So what I'm trying to do is take a photo now while it's snowing. So I've increased the ISO to about 400. I'm shooting at f2.8, and that means that I can get the trees in focus, but then there's going to be lots of snow between me and the trees that's going to be out of focus and appear bigger on screen. So it's going to give a sense of atmosphere and a better feel for the amount of snow that's blowing through. So it's, I mean, there's not tons of snow, but we can definitely capture it on camera. And then hopefully what will happen is this snow will pass, and I think we're going to get a moment of light, and then we can capture the same scene in completely different conditions. But yeah, so this is working out quite well now. Happy with this.